everybody.
Not working.
Oh, phew.
You have
They
can't see us.
Welcome to the
Hi,
video
guys.
play.
We voted and we've decided there's a tie of who is
Now
coolest.
you're.
Nothing.
It's not me.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Leviathan Distant Stars. We're back for season 2. We are also in the new studio space, which is very exciting. There is so much room. I don't know, how well the chat can't really tell, but I feel like, what? This is not what it used to look like behind me.
The ceilings are really high.
Okay, see, now the curtain's open.
Look what you did, Lauren.
Oh no! Oh no!
I got it.
We have to start over at
We're
season
professionals.
All right, guys.
Fixed it.
1. No, because
I
she's
fixed it.
So.
Just go all the way back.
So welcome. We have some announcements for you, and we're very excited to be back. My first announcement is Claudia is not the coolest.
No, nobody knows that.
Oh, okay. I just needed to make it more official.
I had follow-up questions, but I guess they can wait.
Nope. Our other announcement, besides us being in the new space, is that the move to the new space may result in some technical difficulties related to internet. We currently do not have a wired internet connection. Hopefully it will be in by next week. Hopefully before Friday, potentially not before Friday. However, if you're like, oh man, the buffering sucks, I missed some really great one-liners that the cast and crew had, then there will be ways for you to catch up on that. We are recording it separately so it can be uploaded both to Twitch and to YouTube in VOD highlighted format, so you can stay tuned for that if for some reason the buffering gets too terrible. But hopefully it won't, and everything will be fine and wonderful because there are fewer people in this area utilizing the internet connection.
Except for me.
Claudia.
She's farming. She's mining Bitcoin over there.
I have so many JPEGs.
Other announcements / reminders. We are a non-profit streaming studio. This is GeekSpaceTV. If you would like to support us, you can do so in many different ways. You can tweet out the stream. You can grab someone, stare them deeply in the eyes, and encourage them with consent to watch this show and other shows upon this channel. You can hire a Skyplane, although instead of doing that, we also appreciate tips, so you could consider taking the Skyplane money and tipping us with that. Accept their donations because we are a non-profit. Or if you're like, boy, I would really like to set, or girl, or they, I would really like to set up for a recurring donation. You can do so through our Patreon page. So many ways to do awesome things. Next announcement is
I'm not Cheryl.
that you are not Cheryl. Cheryl is not currently on the show.
Wait
she
a
is,
second. No, you're right.
But you're right.
She is in recovery right now, so send her all of your joys and well wishes. We will miss her. And we have a new part-time social media manager for GeekSpaceTV. You probably all know them. Their name is Drugly Romantic. They have been on a number of shows here, including Friday Nights Exalted, Wednesday Nights High School Royale, and soon-to-be announced Secrets.
I'm coming for
It's
your
a
scalp, Drunkley.
Totally not a
Coming
Okay,
for it.
No,
I'm
secrets!
An unnamed Dungeons and Dragons show.
I want to see.
Nerd!
I just like the hissing.
Hate nerds.
So, oh my god, that's a new Drunkley emote. Beautiful. So, you can send your congratulations over to him and appreciations for all of the wonderful tweeting and other things, although there has been some difficulties in fully transitioning things over, so that is part of the reason why the VODs uploads are a little bit slower. But bear with us, we're getting there. And covered Patreon donations. Marcus. Yes.
If you're new and this is the first episode of season 2 and you're like, what's going on? Guess what? We have a lot of information, not probably all of it, on the Wikia that is lovely done by our own scriptologist. What is it called when you put What is it called when you put information
No,
and put it in a
scriptologist.
ripped
I want
form?
it to be
Yeah,
scriptologist.
I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah,
scriptologist.
it's scriptologist.
Paleontologist? Nope, that's
Yeah.
dinosaur.
Yes,
It's
a paleontological
You're right, it's paleontologist.
scriptologist.
It's
Very.
Yeah.
TW.
The best.
So yes, head over to our Wikia. You can find all of information about previous episodes, questions about characters, species, parts of the galaxy, random words that we're going to use, and you can also check out previous episodes over on YouTube. However, we're going to try and make your transition into season 2 fairly pleasant and seamless. And I think
Smooth like butter.
I think that
You
brings
just
us
saw
into introducing who the players are and why they're here. You seem the most nervous, so we'll end with you. Also, because I'm going to low-key point out that you are playing a game on your phone.
I have to get my energy used up before maintenance. It's
Is
complicated.
this Brave Exodus?
Is
Yes.
it?
Hashtag not sponsored by Brave Exodus.
But hashtag if they wanted to sponsor us, they could.
Didn't
I
realize
They
I
don't.
needed to have a no phones at the table rule.
Well, fine.
I understand.
No, it's fine.
Liz,
I've
Liz
been
has a note
shamed.
from her mother.
I don't know from mom.
On that note, my name is Dan Poslins. I am at Dan Poslins on Twitter, and I play Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr., who he's a recent Naval Academy graduate and recently sucked into the hive mind of the Leviathan crew, and also apparently a recent wanted for having absconded his position with the military.
It's funny how that comes back to you eventually.
You know, Lauren,
I'm sorry that
I don't-
office reply wasn't.
you know, you can GM however you want, but if there's going to be consequences for everything, it takes a lot of the fun out of doing all of the batshit stupid things.
So happy right now.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Sarah. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at ShellGame. And I play Thea Barone. She is the daughter of some merchants who did not appreciate how she managed to make the cargo a little bit lighter at the end of the day. So she struck out on her own. And as such, makes good use of her very dexterous fingers because they don't quite have the sort of joints that you might imagine fingers usually do. Think more like octopus tentacles, but without the suckers on them. Very, very good for acquainting yourself with other people's things.
Ah!
No, they were tentacly. I thought they were just
Acquainting
like,
yourself?
I was trying to come up with a better way to say that, and acquainting came out. Yeah, they're kind of like
Like
tentacles.
I thought they just were jointed all.
I mean,
They have like 6, but the joints are fluid.
They're just
it's
creepy.
it's
Is it like an animal tail? How they've got like lots
Yeah.
of little
Yes,
bones?
yeah.
Or is it more like a
that.
spiders, where spiders move so
No,
quickly?
no,
and-
no, no.
No, it's not
sorry,
like
sorry.
spidery.
X.
It's not like spidery.
No.
Sorry, I forgot.
I'll throw some shit at her.
Hi, I'm Claudia, but on the Twitch and Twitter, I am Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH Ding. There we go. Yay! I didn't know she had it.
The new studio came with a bell.
I play Kika. Kika is our meter-tall engineer. She's got big ears for hearing and big eyes that are mostly blind for not seeing. She fixes things with tools and her mouth. Not like the Bard way of fixing things, but the kind of way of fixing things.
God bless you.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way to explain it. Like, Kika came on the ship because it was in desperate need of repair with
don't.
Thea. And so we are also part of 2 crews, the Batleth and the Leviathan crew. And I'm so excited to explore new engines and hear them purr.
While fixing them with her mouth.
Sometimes you make things purr that should not purr.
Not.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lizzie the Bold. I am a part-time streamer, full-time ball of stress, and I am playing Ziana Rendrathi Taldraxisto, the captain of the aforementioned Batleth, because it's in her name. The loan is in her name. She's making payments. It's really hard, especially lately.
I think the interior design that recently happened with the Batleth was just really up to the value of it.
And after having a very close brush with death with our main villain, she was sort of drafted into the crew of the Leviathan, which we are now on. she's also really tall and red and scaly and just a badass in general.
I have a question.
Yes.
What race is she?
They're called Andartans.
Okay. Or Trico. This one is a Trico.
From Antarctica.
Would you like to jump across the table?
We've only just started, Dan.
I'd ask that we just remember that I didn't say that comment.
I'm just ashamed that it took me this long to come up with that.
And I am too, actually.
She is an Andartan, a member of the Andartan Empire, which isn't really so much an empire anymore.
The Fallen Empire. Hi, everybody. My name is Random Tuesday. I am a cosplayer, crafter, general nerd, Commodore of the Lauren Legion, and today I will be your GM to lead you and the crew of the Batleth/Leviathan through their space adventures. Spaventures, as one might call them. Yes, we're back!
Sure.
Why are we allowed the tables? I don't know. We can't.
It's okay. We can like completely switch it up and put Conrad next to Ziana. And
What, you mean the just two people?
Do you
That'd be
really
an odd
want to
couple.
put them next to each other?
I don't know. That's a good question. You ask good questions.
I guess this is not a good thing to do to anybody.
Well,
I could just be here on my own.
Let's take ourselves to the future. Back to the future. Back to where we were in the future, indeed. The year is Tritium year 8.340. I did do the calculations. I concluded the previous season took about 21 Earth days, so I calculated how many Tritium years that would be. About 1,000 or so years in the future. Unified alliance of aliens known as ICA provides peace, stability, economic stability, and security for a sizable portion of the known galaxy. Many species will also work to strive to become part of ICA, although there are 5 primary species that are part of the organization, including humans. ICA stands for the Intragalactic Civilizations Alliance. On the edges, however, in the Centaurus and Norma arms of the galaxy, considered the edges of space, it is not so much protected by ICA. They sort of draw a line in the stars. And in these places, people work more for themselves and often work simply to survive. The laws are more local, if there are any, and spirates or space pirates are known for their prevalence. Our crew, the previous season, took a job out in the edges of space to investigate what seemed to be just merely a wreckage of some great ship, and turned out to be the wreckage of a living ship, or something akin to a living ship. It fought back when they woke it up, and they found themselves suddenly the target of a alien race from a distant reach of the unknown portion of the galaxy known as the Rays, a species that had destroyed its creators and was now coming to consume the rest of the galaxy as much as it could. They also met with Sarin and Ariuta Nefta Sarinjo, the voice of the Leviathan, an experimental Leviathan that was designed to combat the Rays, but it was never fully developed prior to the destruction of their civilization. But the hope is that through using this Leviathan's technology and perhaps eventually convincing ICA that there is truly a threat to them, as well as rallying other forces within the galaxy, they can prevent the entire Milky Way from being consumed by a giant race of alien monsters. Small goal.
Fingers crossed.
we're just the folks to do that.
So far, they have successfully repaired the thread drive within Sarin, which was broken, threading allowing to cross massive distances within space by wrinkling the fabric of space and threading between them. They successfully repaired the drive. They may or may not have made the enemies of a fallen hegemon with advanced technology. We'll see how that plans out. They did destroy a space station, but in so doing destroyed a Ray's scout ship, hopefully saving that system from immediate destruction and at the very least buying enough time for the locally inhabited planet to be evacuated. Right.
I forgot we did it.
Right after they were celebrating their hard-won victory, now with several refugees from the space station, including a Aratos, a small bird-like species, which I'm gonna jump out of GM mode. I recently was watching the new Planet Earth. It's great. You should watch it. It's available on Netflix. And there's one episode where they just show a bunch of birds like with massive talons fighting each other, and I was like, that's what they're like. They just sort of leap at each other, talons first, and then gut you.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Sounds accurate.
Awesome. With
breeds
these
dinosaurs.
individuals on the Leviathan, while defending it, Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr. had been infected by the Ray's ship, and in order to prevent the infection from turning him into a hollow, a monstrous creature that serves as the crew of these Ray's ships, he was joined, as the rest of the crew had been, with the Leviathan, allowing him to now telepathically communicate with the rest of the crew that left. And to now finally understand what poor Ari has been saying this whole time.
I'm gonna miss that.
Some part of me might miss it. Some part of her might miss it too.
I mean, Thea's always happy to translate.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. So our crew, celebrating briefly their hard-won victory with some kissing and other signs of physical affection, received a message over the comms. Oksana interrupting it, saying that there is a message, an incoming message from an Ica vessel that has just arrived within this system. The message came through. This is Lieutenant Wendy Santiago of the Ica vessel Adrestia. Surrendered Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr. immediately for court-martial. We will send an envoy in 30 minutes. And the call goes dead. Currently, where are each of you on the Leviathan and or in relation to the Batleth?
So I'm still in the med bay, I believe.
Probably.
I just underwent the whole joining process.
Sorry, I missed the really important line that Thea had.
Come and get him, bitch. Except it's a lot angrier.
Yeah.
Very angry.
I think Ziana was on the bridge to hear it. Yeah, so that's where I am.
I was still in med bay.
I was holding Conrad's hand, making sure.
So I presume it came over on your comms. Hexy was with Ziana. Ari does not get this message. Are you okay? You look paler than you should. Perhaps something didn't work, and she immediately goes over and like tries to
No,
get a
no.
bunch of medical equipment.
It worked fine. There's a thing, well, you know how sometimes, like, you leave the stove running or something like that, you know, and there was a thing you had to attend to and you kind of let it take a back seat? Well, how do I put this? Well, I think I have to go away to prison forever.
How is that
you don't-
leaving the stove on?
You know what a stove is?
Metaphor.
I understand the concept
Okay.
of a thing that produces heat that you should turn on and off. I don't understand your analogy, though.
Well, I'm new at this. I'm sorry. It's all weird. It's all like images in my head.
You don't have to go to prison.
Well, I think I do. Don't I? I mean,
Are you just gonna like listen to them and say, okay, bye, fine, here's my life?
well, I mean the truth of the matter is, when I set my autoresponder on my Outlook, I didn't think anyone was really going to come calling after me, but I did go absent without leave. So,
You're literally saving the world right now. The entire everything.
The galaxy is... Sorry, I'm not helping. I'm gonna... Here, drink
And
this.
What is she giving me?
Just like a warm liquid.
Oh.
It's very relaxing if you drink it. It's their version of chamomile tea.
Thea like has it in her hand, but I don't think she's gonna. She's pretty busy. You don't have to just obey everyone who tells you something. You can make up your own mind. You did when you decided to come here, so you don't have.
I know, but I'm still an officer with Ica.
This Ica is the same ones that refused to help the entire galaxy because it was not in their jurisdiction, even though you said they were a powerful enough armada.
Look, I I'm not defending the choice that my superiors made. But I mean, what can I do? If the mission is what's important, then what's important is that the rest of you carry on with it. You can't. It's not like you can fight off an Ica cruiser or anything like that.
How fast are their ships?
In tritium years, they're
In drive speeds. Go ahead and roll me a no. No and intelligence.
oh boy, it's been.
I'll also take pilot and intelligence.
Ooh, I know a lot about their ships. I've got a nat 12.
Yes, you know quite a bit. You would be aware. So for those of you who don't remember how to play Stars Without Number, which is a system we're playing, when you roll a skill check, you roll 2d6 and then add your attribute and your skill level. If you have a no skill in that level, you subtract 1 from your roll of 2d6 plus your attribute.
And when you were saying roll me a no, you meant as in K-N-O-W, not
Yes.
not as in a yes or no.
Yeah, no, please roll me this die. Because I have one of those. No, I meant as in a KNOW. You would know, or Conrad would know, that there are a variety of different ships that they would send if they're going to go this deep out into space. If it's not like a full armada, they'd probably send like one of their kind of lower level frigates, because they'd want it to be able to defend itself, but they don't necessarily need it to be like a full armada because it's not going on like an actual battle mission. So it'd probably be a smaller size ship. You would need to get an actual look at it, but if you did, you would be able to tell how fast it goes.
Well, I mean, I would have to see it in order to know how fast it goes, but that's not even the point. I mean, I have to answer for my actions.
Right now?
Well, I'm just one person. It's important that the rest of you are able to stop this threat, and if I go peacefully, then there won't be any problem with that. You can keep doing what you need to do in order to save everyone else. So I guess it's been nice knowing all of you.
This is when Ziana walks in.
She's been like listening to this entire thing.
This is when Ziana walks in. Are you still on the table?
Yeah.
Like, are you still like laid out?
I'm sitting up.
Where are
but
you
I'm on-
glowing?
I also
You don't know.
Where's your glowy thing?
Like mine is my ears.
So, I gave this some thought.
Oh.
Oh, please.
So it was my shoulder, I believe,
Yep.
that got pierced. So it's
You have weird, like, somewhat tough purplish skin right around here.
so covering the spot where I was injured. My journey was really about discovering who I am, and for a while I tried being my brother, and it didn't work out for me. But his memory is what really helped me to get through a very difficult time. So what appears swirling in the ink is a circular image of him. He's got like sort of short swept hair, glasses, mustache and goatee, and a little bow tie.
I hate you
And-
so much.
And
So I want
he
to
was
point
also
out it
studying
can't be that
radiology.
intricately detailed, but that's fine.
He was also studying radiology, so he has like a lead apron. There's the top of it, and just his initials next to it.
Which is?
No, what are the initials?
It's just his name, Kenneth Frederick Carls.
What are those initials?
KFC.
I just needed to be really
Just say
careful.
it.
Well, maybe he was Kenny with a C, so it would have been C.
Because that exists.
CFC. I just needed it
But
to
yeah.
be. It isn't that intricate. It actually is just a blob, but Conrad is pretty confident it looks like his brother's face.
Yeah, it does. And listen,
It is,
Yeah,
however,
correct.
perfectly placed above his perfect pecs.
yeah, pretty perfect.
Be a notice.
Anyways. Are you still laying down?
I
How do you feel?
what? I'm fine.
He's being an idiot.
Well, let's just look at Conrad just went through this very delicate process.
Which we have all already been through, me especially, as I was in fact injured at the time.
And I'm just thinking maybe we should have this conversation privately.
You can leave if you think this should happen privately.
Who wants to be private with who?
Not Conrad.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
I understand if you all need to talk.
that was a mental. Sorry. I'm just worried.
At this point, like,
All right.
Ari
We
at
have-
this point is healing you, so you're going to recover your hit points.
Oh, good.
So it's been about 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. That's nice. We have about 25 minutes
Oh my
before the cruiser gets here. 2 things. Number 1, we can't fight them, in particular because we have nothing to fight them with, but secondarily because starting a war with Ica would probably be counterproductive to our continued existence.
But if they just don't come back, then no one knows. What? I'm only stating the obvious here.
Please rewind to the moment when I said we were not going to start a war with Ica. However, we have not responded to their message. They really have no way of knowing that we've even received it. And given the reputation that the Batleth has, it is conceivable that they could think that our transmissions were not. The comms were possibly down. We have a working thread drive. We should leave. She looks at Aryuta. How quickly can we make that happen?
The Tsarin is fast. Since we've repaired the drive, it's more a question of if they see us leaving, they'll chase us, I
How
presume.
are they even tracking us?
You haven't exactly been subtle.
Good point.
Did you know that you speak with an accent? It's very interesting.
I do?
Yeah.
What's an accent? You all sound very different to me.
Do we have time for this?
We do not.
Oh my goodness.
What if we just wipe their database before we eliminate them? Then there's no way that anyone else could know that it was us.
Thea,
Look,
I'm hearing the plan is to run from them and not to turn him. I don't actually know who these people are or what they're asking for.
these people are Ica, the...
That,
inter-
yes, that I
yes,
understand. They've requested him.
To put him in jail.
To take him away.
And
Forever.
he wants to go.
Why?
What?
well, I swore an oath. I had a duty to uphold, and I broke with my
You deserted
promise.
your crew?
Yes, I did.
He didn't desert his crew. He left his post at a desk.
It's a metaphorical deserting of the crew. We're still working on communicating.
He tried a stove analogy earlier.
Didn't go so
Something
well.
about turning it off, but leaving it on.
Look, I appreciate what you're all trying to do, but I can't endanger any of your lives any more than I already have.
I enjoy danger. Danger's great. I love danger. Let's have more danger. Why are we trying to run from danger?
Danger's literally the reason why Conrad almost just died. I would like a little bit less danger. I would like us to get...
You have a really important mission. You have to get this ship to, was it a lab?
Yeah, so you know that you need kind of 2 things. You need the actual physical weapons, and you need a cyberware expert, someone who can install cyberware in a living ship. So you kind of have a 2-part mission that you're working towards.
What does Ica do when they court-martial?
So what would I know as far as...
It depends on the crime that you're convicted of, but they don't have capital punishment in Ica. That's like one of their humanitarian rules. Although within specific militaries, like the Eratos, totally fine with it. But most of it is somewhere between like demotion,
like getting stuck at a desk and sort of demoted to like a lesser post, and then potentially dishonorable discharge is kind of like the top level.
That one's nice.
Is that nice?
So there is a range depending on.
Well, I mean, there's all sorts of possibilities, but it can't be too much worse than my situation already is, and I mean, I might have to go to prison for a while.
Will there be a trial?
Oh yeah, there.
Will combat be involved?
No, combat will.
Certain?
No, It's not. It's pretty non-standard in ICA to have trial by combat.
I would be more than willing to be your champion in
my
a trial
goodness.
by combat.
Oh my goodness! Really?
Yes,
Oh wow.
as long as you came back to the crew. I would expect some form of payment in the form of services.
Is that slavery?
You know,
No.
It's an exchange. It's
It's-
a trade of goods and services.
well, you know, I think it's pretty non-standard, but
Do not have another pilot.
I know the person in charge of their ship is this woman that really, really hates me. I mean, we could see if she's up for trial by combat.
Liz is laughing. Ziana is seriously considering this. Someone
Thea
might
looks-
have to say something.
Thea looks mightily excited at the idea of Z ripping this woman from limb to limb. So she's not gonna say
Whoa,
anything.
whoa, whoa. Like, I hate to do this, but if we currently have kidnapped one Conrad,
You didn't
We
kidnap
have not kidnapped
but
anyone.
what if we did? Oh,
Then we would be the ones put in jail. And-
that doesn't fix our problems then.
Only if we get caught.
Oh yeah, we could tussle you up, and then we have extra refrigerator box, which is what I call the pods, and we could be like, we stole him for ICA passcodes, and now you can have him back, and then you can be dishonorably discharged back into our zone later.
Look, I've caused you people nothing but trouble since my arrival, and
I like trouble.
I know you do.
Well, then
But
If we are not going to fight, because we can't, and we aren't going to run, we will have to come up with another solution.
If you can tell me how fast their ship is, I can let you know whether or not Sarin can outrun them.
are there windows that I can?
You just need.
We have cameras.
Just commune with the ship.
I mean, she's being sarcastic, but it's true.
I wasn't being
That's
sarcastic.
really commune with the ship.
just think about looking outside.
Sarin can see the outside. And you get an image in your head, like Ari just sort of like sighs and essentially sends you the image of what Sarin is able to experience from the outside. And like at first, it kind of rolls through different spectrums that you realize like Sarin's sight is not. It's not seeing. It's probably more like Kika in a form of echolocation or radiation on different spectrums. But you're able to map it, like your brain does the translation for you into something that you understand, and you can see the ship, and you would know that that ship is a fleet. That one's a crew, like a frigate, sort of, and it's probably got a speed of 2 would be its drive, which is about the same as the Batleth. So you guys would be stuck in a dead heat. Sarin is at a 4. Sarin has a drive
The
of 4,
Batleth
which is what you
currently
upgraded it to.
docked with Sarin, right?
You're inside Sarin.
Oh,
And Sarin is faster.
well, it's
Yes.
just a frigate, huh? I guess I'm really not.
Would
that
also
important.
explain how it took a while for them to catch up with you.
Well, I mean, Sarin would have no problem outrunning it, but do you really want to do that? Do you want to?
Why not?
Because, I mean, you won't be able to go back into ICA space anymore. You'll be wanted. You'll be hunted.
Which is why
We are smugglers.
Wait.
Well, you have legal papers and whatnot. You have a mortgage on your ship.
Yes, and as long as Ica does not reach the ship, then they don't have confirmation that we ever heard them.
We're also not in a. I mean, I could also break
They
communications.
wouldn't have had visual range on you anyway. They would have just been reaching out to radio.
Exactly. They don't know that we've heard them. All they know is that they're headed here, expecting us to be here, and we will conveniently not be here.
I'm still a fan of wiping their ships and making them disappear because then we
We
don't have to
will-
worry about it at all. That limits all the problems.
If the trial by combat fails, perhaps that will be an option. However, let us save that for a last resort.
So trial by combat is still on the table then.
Only if running fails.
You may have deserted your post, but you are still now part of the Leviathan and its crew. If you run, Sarin will run with you, or you will run with Sarin. Sarin flies. It's analogies are
That's-
hard. How do you do them?
No, that was really cool. Wow. That was, no, I like that.
We certainly can't outgun them, but we cannot run them.
Are we agreed?
Well, is this what all of you really want to do?
No.
It's,
We've been sitting here arguing this because we don't want to.
then
Ziana
what-
says, "Let me
That
know when
was
you decide."
sarcasm.
Sarcasm.
I understood.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Yes.
God, it's all so
I've been
weird
learning it
going
from
through
Hexy.
this.
What you're noticing is most of the conversation is happening out loud, but there's like a translation that happens whenever Ari talks that puts it into words that you understand.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked a lot about what this mental like we have both a like verbal communication style and a mental communication style. I might have asked this before, but this mental link we all share, and we all share it with the ship. Is that also like, can we sense each other's vibes? Like, can I like look at you, be like, how do you feel, without asking that? Like,
It's,
not in a like
you're-
pervasive digging of brains.
No, because
way.
you're reaching out and in the and not like you have to choose to connect with someone. So like you're not projecting so much as you're like extending. You're making a phone call. So if they could, someone
No
could like,
auras.
yeah, someone could like choose to leave their line open. But you essentially default to whatever your most like natural communication style is, and so that's why most of you are using what sounds like words in your head. But if you encountered someone that like used pictures, then like so when Sarin communicates, it's imagery, it's sensors, like it's whatever they experience in the ship, which is largely why there is a voice to translate it because it doesn't make sense to anyone else.
That makes sense.
So a distraction or something would probably be helpful because if they manage to get us with they are within combat range. If they start fighting us, then we're going to be in trouble. So something that will make
I-
them less likely to go after us or
Could I
know
do
we're leaving.
Could I do crash their systems from this distance?
So you would need to have you can sometimes wirelessly access. You're probably going to it's going to be a lot harder to wirelessly access unless someone can help you because they have more intimate knowledge of Ica. It'll still be hard because you haven't placed like any line shots and they are a protected system, but it's kind of the same way that you would be using the combat action. For comms, yeah, which is the crash system. So you can, it's just harder.
Okay.
Did I write?
I could try and crash their system, but then they'll definitely know that we're
It's-
there and that we saw them on some level.
You can't make enemies of Ica like that. They will destroy us. They will destroy you. I can't be the cause of that.
What
Wait.
about a crybaby?
Yeah.
We did
Kika.
that before.
Kika.
We're gonna go full Firefly.
What if we
on
take
it.
We did it before.
Yeah.
We did it in season 1.
We
which
did.
You can watch
Wait.
on YouTube.
We did, but I also remember it like went really.
We
like,
lost an
It
escape
didn't
pod.
work as well as we wanted it to, but
It's because
theory
we
is still
misprogrammed
sound.
escape pod.
second time, you know what they
Now
say.
we know what to do.
So you also do remember that you have a bunch of refugees on your ship.
We'll throw the refugees at the airlock. That's a Claudia yell, not a Kika yell.
Maybe they want to leave. They want to. Maybe some of them want to go back to Ica, and we could just put them in something.
What if
Shit, but we don't have any.
We have one escape pod left because there's 2 in this. We've used one as a.
You have the because you docked on you got onto the Batleth. You have like one fighter that you came in on.
That's right. We stole something.
Z. Well, what if we just?
That's
What if-
in a very big state of disrepair.
What if
Did
we
I
just
come
kick?
in on a fighter as well? Was it?
No.
No, Hexy did.
Hexy.
Oh, no,
jumped-
you did.
Oh, you're right. I
I
think
did
you
on a
came in
fighter.
on a fighter
Yeah.
too.
I
Yeah,
did
so you
come
have
on a
2
fighter.
fighters. Yours was in a worse state because you were like drifting in, and then Hexy was gonna get you out of the fighter using her telekinesis bubble that she could protect you
It scared
in.
the crap out of me.
All
Better
right.
yet, why don't we just put Conrad into one of the escape pods
And
and let Ike aboard? He's not here.
they're not dumb enough to see a plane go that way and then be like, "Where's Conrad? We've never met Conrad."
Not if we make it silent.
To make
Wouldn't
it,
they see him?
This is also
they're still
risky.
really far off, and we've learned with Oksana that we can turn off sounds. And power.
You would remember that you would be putting him into an escape pod with no power.
Yeah, we'll put him in
Which would give him very limited life
Are they
support.
close enough to see us?
They would have a visual on you. Yes. They
But
sent you a
they
radio.
see-
They at this point you've waited enough time that they would definitely be. They're in combat range, so they have visual
They
on
see
you.
the Leviathan, though.
They see the Leviathan.
What they don't see is the Batleth,
Mm-hmm.
which could possibly leave the ship and go away without being detected.
Because of all of the
'Cause
debris?
The Leviathan is giant, and we could spirit you away and then let them board and tell you, I don't know, he's dead, and shuffle off the.
Because we have all the debris from the space. What?
We'll wrap him in a space cocoon and put him on the side.
No.
Why is that worse than your idea?
There's a pressurized environment in my idea.
Oh, God.
Well, can we space cocoon the ship into the Leviathan?
Is it? Okay, beep beep. Oksana,
Yes, Captain.
with
Hexy has been attempting to communicate with the other ship. I think she wants to sing them a song. I said she couldn't.
that. Yes, that is
Okay.
correct.
She wants to have words with you then.
Hexy, we'll talk shortly. Oksana, you can detect the frigate outside, correct?
Yes, there is a very large frigate.
Yes.
It's a frigate.
So let's forget it.
It's there, Captain.
Yes. Do you think that it is possible for you to disembark from the Batleth and get away without being detected while they're at the current range?
It is unlikely. We're not that small of a ship, Captain.
Right.
Look,
Are you wanting me to depower it again?
They'd still be
And
able to see.
Drift away. They might be more easily distracted then, but it's depends on how closely they're watching us.
look,
What are you trying to do, Captain?
Create a distraction.
Well, if you let her know that.
It's Oksana.
Yeah, but isn't Oksana regulated to ICA rules?
No.
Like, isn't there like
we would not have made it through season 1.
You actively hear Oksana laugh.
Like, isn't there like a little like special like ICA USB plug that you can plug in and be like, everything's downloaded? Because like if we have to listen to Ica, then sure enough, IA has to listen
I just
to
want to.
them.
I just want to take. Okay, just set that aside for a moment. Let's presume that at some point that existed on the Batleth. How many days do you think it would have been after Kika came on board before she would have chewed through every last little bit of it?
I mean, I like to follow rules.
way.
I don't like
Yeah,
to.
but they're your own rules.
Yeah.
I think
Kicker
I probably
rules.
would have encouraged that
Yeah,
a lot.
That you could chew on that wire all day.
Happy birthday. Here's the mangled USB file.
Kika still keeps that mangled USB, just like,
Look,
oh.
Our
I
friendship.
really appreciate everything.
Tried to make it into a necklace. It
If
didn't
we
work.
get
No.
closer into the debris, that might be able to act as more cover.
Let's do that.
I can't. I just can't. I can't be responsible for Ica coming down on any of you. You've all been.
Ica has screwed me and my people over. They're all dead, but they screwed me over. And they're going to destroy your entire galaxy because they decided to be negligent.
None of that matters though, because right now, the only real hope for the galaxy is right here, and that's what matters.
That's
And
true.
You all need to make sure the galaxy is safe, and that above anything else is what I care about. Which is
Lieutenant-
why I'm leaving now. And Conrad stands up and gets off the table, and he starts walking down the hall towards the fighter that he took. into
Lieutenant,
ship.
you are absolutely right. The people in this room could possibly be all that stands between the rest of the universe and oblivion. You are a part of that. There are only so many of us. We need your help.
You,
You can't give up.
I'm not. You are all my hope. He walks to the fighter and he climbs into it and he turns it on.
You are probably strong enough to stop him
I was
if you
like-
want to make a roll against him
Captain.
before he gets to the fighter.
Captain, permission to break it.
To break it?
Kika, go break it.
Ask Captain.
Go break it.
Okay.
It's fine, unless you want to plow through the door. Sarin's not going to open it.
We don't even have to. We have a
Unless you want.
plan right now where we don't even have to. We can just let Ica think that you're gone and dead. That you died in that explosion. We can act all sad and sad, and we have a plan. You don't even have
Why-
to run.
Why do all of you even care?
I don't. I'm just saying. You know, you can make your own call.
This is ridiculous. This is.
You are a part of the crew. A part of my crew. If you want to do something stupid and walk off so that Ica can wrap you up in their bureaucracy
It's
and
not
throw
about
you
what I
into a
want,
cell,
Captain. It's not about
where
what any of
is
us
your
want.
loyalty?
My-
Is your loyalty to a system that has thrown you away, that has put you on a desk because they don't believe in you? Or to the whole universe that needs you? That they have abandoned? They don't deserve your loyalty.
My loyalty is to the universe. We just, I think, have different points of view on what that means. That means it's that loyalty that caused me to leave my post in the first place, and it's that loyalty that is the reason I'm going back now.
I'm very sorry to interrupt, but has anyone actually told them that he's here? You said you didn't respond to the message.
No.
Why
Not
don't you
unless Hexy's song got through.
respond to the message and tell them that he's dead?
They could want a body. But let's try it. And Ziana walks out past Conrad and starts heading towards the bridge.
While this is going on, Conrad uses his new mental abilities to try to hack Sarin to open the door.
Every time you do it, Ari's like, it's not going to work.
Come on, I should get to roll something.
You're welcome to try and roll a charisma
Yeah, okay.
and
I got a +0.
a talk.
You know what? I just took a talk with my last level up.
Oh, snap.
6.
You think you hear what sounds like a wail, like that kind of deep, sort of resonant voice. And then Ari looks at you very closely. You do not command Seren. I am
Right.
their voice.
I try to roll again.
You will get stuck in a cycle. Feel free. On the Batleth.
On the bat left. Ziana sits down in her chair. Okay. Oksana, open a channel to the Ica frigate.
Really, Captain? I'm opening a channel to the Ica frigate.
Thank you. Ica frigate, Commander Santiago, this is Ziana.
Lieutenant.
Pardon?
It's Lieutenant Santiago.
Lieutenant Santiago. This is Ziana Rendrathi Droxisto, the captain of the Batleth.
Oh, so you are in there. I was wondering what that monstrosity was.
I can't hear this. I can't hear this. I can't hear this. I can't.
I understand that you are interested in the whereabouts of one Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr.
Yes.
We regret to inform you that he has recently been lost,
As in you can't find him?
as in he has died. You are perhaps aware of the recent destruction of the, what was the name of that?
Janus
Landing Base.
So that's the debris then.
It is. Unfortunately, along with many other brave souls, Lieutenant Conrad Carls Jr. was lost to us.
Go ahead and roll. I'll either take perform or talk and charisma. Oh no! Oh no!
Let's see.
Because
Charisma.
we could do this because we have.
Because they have
Yeah.
talk.
Well, we
The
have the
diplomat.
expert. Yeah.
8.
Yeah. That is unfortunate to hear, but I suppose that puts my mission at an end.
Please send our regrets to his father.
Do you have his body?
We do not. He was left aboard the ship, aboard the base when it was destroyed.
Well, I'll ensure all of his credentials are revoked and the proper paperwork is filed when I return back to ICA headquarters. I suppose he's dead, so it doesn't matter, but his father might be upset. Thank you, Captain, for your cooperation.
Let him know that his son died a hero. He was one of the most valiant people I have ever fought with.
I'm glad he finally did something for himself.
We can't hear
If that is all, Lieutenant,
Over and out.
over and out.
From
Closed channel.
the
Channel is
cockpit
closed.
of the fighter, I open up a private channel to
No.
the Ica ship.
There are days I hate you.
God! Oh my God! Okay. Oh my God!
Given that you are in a smaller ship inside of another ship, it's a pretty low challenge, but I would like you to give me a program and intelligence.
8.
Okay. You're pretty confident that it is a private channel and that no one except is going to pick up on it. So maybe Oksana, but Oksana's an ass, so she probably wouldn't do anything about it.
Hey Wendy, you there?
I knew she was lying. Hello, Conrad.
Wendy, still unbendy.
Conrad, I'm going to go file the paperwork. I hope you enjoy being dead. I'm sure your father will be relieved to know that he no longer has to take care of his son.
What? No, I'm not dead. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to talk to you over on this comm.
I'll just consider this an unfortunate hallucination that I had in deep space.
I was going to offer you a deal.
What deal?
I was going to give you a chance to make your career, which I know you always wanted. You always wanted to get promoted before I did anyway. So, if you leave agree to leave the crew of this ship alone to their business and to keep all Ica forces that are under your jurisdiction away from them, I will return in your custody.
As much as I would love to watch your father have to court-martial you and dishonorably discharge you for desertion, I much prefer having you dead and out of my way. I don't take deals. I make my own way. Some of us didn't have to have everything handed it to them on a platter from dear old Dad. Some of us actually worked for it.
Oh, well, I didn't choose the family that I got born into, all right? And I worked. I worked my BUTT off, thank you very much.
I'm sure you think you did, best boy. Enjoy being dead. I hope you didn't need any of those Iker credentials anymore. Goodbye.
Are you still there? Did you...
She's not still
you-
there, Conrad.
Oh, hey, Oksana. Did you hear all that?
No.
Okay, good. There was some pretty embarrassing stuff there, so.
So what does Conrad do?
I think he sits in the cockpit where he is, and he just sort of thinks about what got him to where he is now.
Ari peers in the door. Did it work? Should I let the
leaving?
door open? Yes. On the display screen, Oksana will report that the ship, after a little bit, it appears to turn around and then head to the edge of the system and propel itself into thread space.
Shame she didn't come on board.
Well, then it's done. It's somewhat easier than I thought it was going to be.
No one thought of talking to them.
Why would Ziana think about talking to them? Trial by combat, clearly.
My best. You had many options, and I was like, no one's tried the bluff yet.
And besides, our performer talker is in the middle of something.
I can still do talking.
You can?
Yeah. I got my diplomat.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I know, which
Next time
I
I'll make you
remembered.
lie.
Future.
Yeah, for future.
I think this is
I
the
can
second-
lie.
I think this is the second time that I have tried to lie when you were right there.
Thea's super good at lying. Legit.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
the best.
I am good at seeing it now. There were a couple months that were very tough.
I like to think that we discovered together what was lie and what was true.
I also did not lie.
So
So
the crew, I assume, at some point reconvenes outside of. At this point, Ari's like, should I open the door? Am I allowed to let him go?
No.
And then you two, I assume, are just is one of you just on top of the fighter to prevent him leaving? I will be here.
I don't think Theo would do that. I think she would just stand in front of it being like, you stupid idiot. Get out of there.
Captain told me I could disarm it, and it's very easy to unplug
All right.
the specific electrical outlet that starts the engine.
Go ahead and roll me your fix and intelligence.
That was the worst roll of my life.
Oh, God.
6.
You do not electrocute yourself, and you have started
Oh, sorry.
the process.
7.
7. You have started the process
I
of disabling the ship, the fighter.
I peek over the side.
I'm
of,
hanging
the
out
cockpit,
the window.
and I'm like, hey, Kika. I don't
She's not doing anything.
think
She's
I'm
not doing anything.
Well, I don't think I'm leaving anyway. They didn't even want me in the end.
I'm just gonna climb up the side I was hanging off it.
Apparently I'm dead now.
I've had 2 sons. Neither were like you. In a good way. You're a good boy. But everybody around you is constantly telling you how much we like you. And yet you're still worried about somebody else. You're allowed to be morose. But
I'm just trying to do what's right.
for you?
No,
For them? For us?
for everyone.
It's different. What's right for me is not right for you, which is not right for Oksana, who I'm talking to later. And it's not right for Wendy. What's right for the people you care about most?
I think what's right for them is not getting slaughtered by ICOP before they have a chance to save the rest of the galaxy from being slaughtered by an incredibly powerful invasive alien species. That's basically my moral compass in this.
I'm gonna crawl. Can I crawl? I'm crawling in the cockpit. I am just like moving in.
It's designed for one person.
Oh, it's good. I'm
All right.
half.
There's
I'm half.
room.
I'm half. I'm gonna just say it.
I just want to be clear that like you are on top of him. There's not a second seat that you can be in.
Great. I am like shoulder swinging
Yeah.
in there. I'm just like
Sit on the
the steering wheel.
Yeah.
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 Oh, it's a steering wheel.
It's a joystick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you underestimate how wiggly we really are. We are the batleth. And like, I get it. You're Ica. You got gold things on your sleeves, which are very loud, by the way. But
I didn't even know you could see them, but
no, I can hear them. They make more noise because they're gold. They're heavier.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I know.
actually.
And I get that you want to do what's right by protecting us. But we've been fine this long. And we like you.
I
So
like all of you too, Kika. But I feel like, I mean, you guys, do you understand what's at stake here? This mission is so important.
yeah. I mean, I like to think of it like there's probably 50,000 ways the universe is slowly gonna die every moment. We're just
I
one of the things
really
trying to
hope you're
end
wrong.
it. And so we all, I mean, it's probably fine. We haven't died so far. So what's meant to happen is meant to happen. So we're gonna obviously save the universe. So I can have
No.
grandkids.
I've never known another Trico as well as I've known you. Are they all as optimistic as you are?
No. Nah. No. They're worry warts. It's hilarious. Well, like, Hargo was, but. You're optimistic when you're on this ship. I know. You'll get it. You'll get it. Next time, when we do the next coat of paint, because we got to paint it again, let's get your handprint in there. We got to paint it again. The outside's ruined.
That is when Ziana walks up to this conversation. Next time we paint the ship, let's get your handprint in there.
Years.
You don't even have to
I,
climb, you're just tall enough for it.
I look at the cockpit at Ziana and I say, well, Captain, I appear to be dead, so I don't think there's going to be a problem with Ica anymore.
Does not appear to be.
Can we take off your gold things? They're really loud.
I like them.
Okay.
I don't know. Even if I'm not a part of Ica anymore, not even alive, I don't want to let go of all of that. It still feels like it's part of who I am, who I was. I don't even know who I am anymore with all of you swimming around in my head. For all I know, I'm just some weird shell being controlled by the ship, being told to believe that he's still Conrad.
That would be needlessly complicated.
You worry about things a lot.
The universe is a worrying place.
That is true. But if you spend all of your time just fearing the things that might happen, you never actually get to do much of anything.
Well, it's why I came out here in the first place. Try to make a difference.
And you will. Now, as opposed to if you had gone back.
At this point, you hear like a click, 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 click behind you. Ziana recognizes
instantly
it
tenses.
as the sound of large talons on the ground. They're like, you think about like the way birds walk, they don't really have knees. Like Eratos kind of walk a little bit like that, but slightly more dignified. As it sort of, they walk up behind you. I'm very sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but she just sort of lifts up a wing and gestures to the crowds, the refugees who are all sort of making like makeshift spots within the cargo bay.
How many are there?
A little around 20 or so made it back with you.
We have at least enough rooms for them to stay in rooms
Mm-hmm.
Do any of them look like
for
they
as
have
long as they're here.
anything valuable on them?
No, they look like people who left their homes, which they were already poor in a state of emergency.
So none of the rich people got
But
them.
good to know.
No, the rich
Good to know
people.
that stealing from refugees isn't where Thea draws the line.
Yeah. No, I want to be clear. These were the people that couldn't make it to the ships to escape. So all the rich people already left. These were like the indentured servants on the station.
Oh.
And yeah,
No, Thea wouldn't steal from
this
them.
would be Robin Hood stealing from the poor and giving to himself.
I mean, I
Robin Hood
wouldn't put it
probably.
past her, but
So we can stay. That being said, I don't think this is where we want to make our home.
Of course.
We don't want you.
Also, what that thing, the rays, are there more of them?
There are.
And I assume they intend to destroy more than just Janus Landing.
That is correct.
Are you going to warn anyone?
We have. We have warned Ica. That was my
Why does
reaction
everyone
as
laugh
well.
at that?
That was my reaction as well. But the lieutenant insisted, and so we might as well have tried. We are.
Anyone more local?
We could send out some kind of.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but you are not the most diplomatic.
Ziana kind of straightens up a little, considers. No, that's accurate.
Perhaps myself and some others may be able to persuade them. We are not exactly a convoy designed to create or send a message. Would any of you be better suited to join me? We can work to forming a coalition, perhaps.
Yes. I think one of our crew would be very well suited to such a task.
Excellent. While you consider what's happening next, I'm going to go care for my people. Thank you. I know the Andartan and the Eratos have had a difficult history, and I'm sorry for it. It is not a history I am proud of or one that I have worked towards maintaining. Thank you for what you did.
You are welcome.
Click, 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 click. Waddle, 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 waddle.
Well, Captain,
I'll be back. Ziana just walks out. Ziana's going to find Hexie.
So, are you still in front of the ship?
no, Thea hit it off a while ago.
Oh. Me, like,
What?
you okay?
It's
Yeah,
just
fine.
Conrad by himself.
I'm like sitting on.
Conrad.
I'm like,
Conrad
Conrad
gets out of the fighter and he goes and he helps Theoretos with the setup that they're doing.
Cool.
and
They start moving
treating
people
their
into some of the rooms
wounded
and
whatnot.
taking care of people.
I'm gonna stay in the cockpit because it's cool. When's the last time I've been in a fighter cockpit? I know.
It's also fairly cozy. It's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
small.
tiny. I like it. I can go underneath where the foot pedals are, and I'm really cozy.
Meep. That's Conrad.
He's a good best boy. I think he's gonna eventually screw himself over.
Eventually.
He does not have the skills to step back when he needs to step back. You're really good at that.
Thanks.
Not a compliment.
What?
No. Those are all the thoughts you just heard that.
Pull over telepathy.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you think too many things at once.
The oh shit, I said something bad. Yeah. Yeah. We've had people leave leave. We've had a lot of people leave. You know.
Yeah, I know. You know, if he was gonna leave, that would have been fine. You know, would have been totally fine.
I don't want Conrad to leave.
Oh well, then okay, yeah.
But do.
So I was thinking.
Yeah.
I wrote her name down, and next time we're back in Ica space, I'm gonna find that bitch.
No.
Yep.
You're okay.
Oh dear.
So you know how I said Conrad is really bad at leaving a sitch he needs to leave?
Yeah, and then you said I was really good at it.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
You can't change your mind. You just said I was good at it.
You can't fight Wendy, Lieutenant.
Santiago.
What? Santiago. Thea.
I'm
You
not gonna
can't even shoot a
fight-
gun.
I'm not gonna fight her.
You can't even shoot a gun
I'm just-
right.
I am working on that. I am actively thinking about. I watched a video the other day about how to load your rifle. I watched that whole thing. Okay? And I wasn't going to fight her. I was just going to ruin her.
Just.
Why can't you leave this one? Yes, go. Thoughts are hard. Why this one?
This one?
You got angry with the one on the ship, and I know for a fact one time we definitely let all the fuel go out of another ship because they forgot to leave a tip.
Who does that? What kind of an asshole doesn't leave a tip?
Right, and I've been a part of your justice
Did you make air quotation marks?
Sorry, let me change that. I'm part of your justice, no emotion there, long enough. Why can't this one is so messy?
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fine. That's cool. I'll totally let it go. It'll be fine.
I'm gonna roll to try to see if I can test that. Here's the thing. I don't have any, I have no notice. I also have healing.
Yeah, that would be.
What is we've had a relationship for so long,
Oh,
and
true.
my heart is longing.
Can I roll talk for diplomat
If
to
you-
versus this?
Yeah, you can do talk and charisma. This would probably be wisdom and.
We're already rolling against each other.
Yes, notice.
I mean, I was real close to back of the head, knock you out, but
Oh, no, I forgot how hard it is to read these die.
Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna
Okay.
show Lauren a number.
Okay.
And then she will let me know how I feel. That way I don't know your roll.
Okay.
Because you might have to lie to me if I'm bad.
I mean, it's not
Does that
like
make
you're
sense?
gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna be real. You, as Claudia, know exactly
Yeah.
what Sarah is getting at. So you just decide based on what you rolled what Kika thinks,
Okay,
okay?
I rolled a 9. I was trying to make
You rolled
this
a
fun.
9. I rolled 11.
the thing is,
Yeah, I know.
technically it's higher. It's very close.
Yeah.
You get to make the decision
Yeah.
of what Kika believes.
Are you making choices that are best for you?
I'm making choices that feel good.
Are you making choices that are going to make Conrad correct?
What?
In that we...
I imagine Conrad would feel a lot better if he knew he didn't have to deal with her again. So I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hey, you
Where
want
is
to
Thea right now?
2 a.m. dessert?
Yeah. Oh, I found these little Mookie balls.
Mhm.
Yeah, I found them.
Okay.
Okay, I tucked them away. So 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Maybe.
Where is Thea right now?
Thea went back to the comms area in Sarin.
Sorry. Okay.
And she was going to futz around with trying to like hack their ship, and then she thought better of that idea.
To hack the Ica ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And she thought better of that idea, not because she didn't want to, but because she thought she could do more damage if she got to like a bigger, more widely distributed internet to be able to
That makes sense. Yeah.
distribute her lies accordingly.
Ari, it's like has walked in at some point while you were having the conversation. You look frustrated.
Well, yeah, a little, I guess. I just,
You seemed very mad at Conrad.
frankly, there aren't a whole lot of people in the world that ask you to stick around. So, when they do that, it's kind of a nice thing to just, especially if they throw out a lot of really good ideas. So I don't know why he...
Do you like Conrad?
No. I don't like anybody.
That seems patently untrue.
Look, Kika hangs around and we're good buddies.
Isn't that liking someone?
We're gonna have Moki later, so that's gonna be good.
Oh, that's what you call it. The chewy.
Yeah, with the little balls, and I like them really cold.
You should put some of the purple inside.
Oh,
It's really good.
thanks.
Mhm.
I will.
You should also probably tell Conrad and other people what you feel about them at some point. And then maybe they'd be less likely to want to leave.
That is scary.
It helps a lot when you have something that just knows how you feel all the time to feel like it doesn't matter if you tell people things anymore. I have stopped being one person. Which is interesting. And at that point, you just sort of think, why not? If I'm dead, no one will know. So I want someone to know. They would want to know.
So purple inside Moki balls, huh?
Delicious.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
should get the rest of the crew together. And she'll send out a message to everyone that they still need to plan what they're doing next. They can only we can only drift in space for so long. Sarin is getting hungry.
Oh, the weapons knowledge that I came back with. Do I know where
So,
to head to next?
You know where to get the physical weapons, or at least you have enough information from your side trip to Duranga to figure out, like, to know who to talk to there and be able to probably get access to some high-grade ship weaponry, which is really what you're looking for. Like, you need like tech level 4, verging on 5 ship weapons to really be able to A, have any amount of firepower, and B, interface effectively with Sarin. You also know that none of you are equipped to be able to install said weapons because it's outside of Kika's area's expertise, which Kika will not effectively admit, but it is a living ship that she has no knowledge or experience of, and
It'll
so
just
That just
Purr.
makes it easier to
Just
do.
purr louder, like come on.
so the potential for damage is higher
The potential for
for fucking it up
Oh,
and
for
having
the-
things
for connecting
explode
the
and not
interface.
effectively
Bodies
connecting it.
can't
So,
explode.
No.
It'll be fine.
And Duranga does not have the person that you need at it, so that's kind of a two-phase piece. There were some earlier, like, knowing things that people had done. That Hexy kind of knew of a location where a lot of people had some pretty high-end cyberware, and Conrad also knew that the most likely, best sort of cyberware surgeons would be affiliated with ICA in some capacity, or at least within ICA's space.
Yeah. I think at the time I said I had like an old professor from the academy who was an expert, particularly in.
You would know
cyber
someone to talk to.
stuff.
It's unfortunate that you're dead now.
Yeah.
I don't think
I tried to go. Everything could have been different. Here we are.
You would have been super helpful from inside that jail cell.
he might have actually been. It could have been like one of those like connection things where you make a friend.
Well, I was
out of a
thinking he
friend.
would probably just be court-martialed and discharged and stripped of all rank and all of that stuff.
That already
But I mean,
happened.
You know, then somebody suggested the dead thing and Ziana was on board.
Depends on how much Daddy wanted to stand up for him.
But Daddy doesn't like him.
Yeah, Daddy's.
Have we met Daddy?
We'll
We
never
have
know.
met Daddy.
Yeah, met
He is a grouchy grandpa dad. Like he is like
Yeah, that's what we call
Yeah.
them.
he's a good dad.
It's like hungry hippos, but with
He's
grouchy
he's
dads.
Soldier 76. Like.
Oh, that's not what I was imagining. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I think he's Dama. He's Admiral Dama. That's
Yeah,
what
he was a
looks like.
Dama. Yeah.
He's a Dama.
Yeah.
So
kind of cool.
Which makes me Apollo, I know.
I don't know who these characters are.
Apollo Perfect.
You've never
Dams.
seen Battlestar Galactica?
Anyway, the crew of the Batleth, I assume, convenes with Sarin somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
So Ziana, after she left, she was headed to Hexy to have a conversation about what Hexy.
How did that
may be able
conversation
to
go?
do. How did it go? I don't know. Well.
You can narrate to me if you would like.
Okay. So Ziana would have gone to find Hexy and have, a private conversation. First, like checking in, like, how are you? Because, you just floated through space and scared the shit out of me. What?
Oh, nothing. I was just like,
Oh.
Hexy's energy. I just wanted to give it to you, like,
But
but I can't quite pull that off as well as Cheryl.
Yeah. You scared the shit out of me. I don't even know what another word would be. But I'm glad that you're okay. So one of the refugees brought up a suggestion that we should really be alerting other people outside of ICA of what's about to happen, and that they could really use someone persuasive and charismatic and who knows how to talk to people and convince them to yes, you are all of these things. Yes, Hexy, you are
But
all
I
of
can't.
these things.
But then she's like, but I can't leave you, and
Yes, and then there would be like very hard conversation. I don't know how
Music
far you want to
swells.
narrate
the music
this,
does swell.
but yeah, the music totally swells. And Ziana would like take her
Fades
into
to
her
black.
arms, take her into her arms, and be like, I know, I don't want you to be gone.
What if? And then she lists off all of the other people in the crew, and you each have the moment of realization that it would be a terrible idea for any of them to go.
terrible
What if
idea.
Conrad went? What if
Imagine Thea.
What if
No, it would be horrible, and you're really
No
the
one would
best
believe.
person for this. And I know that you're an incredible warrior and have incredible strength, and that you'll be fine. But I'm going
Who will
to
give you massages and help you relax? What
Conrad.
will stop you from murdering the rest of the crew?
Well, that's a very real concern. But you'll be back, and then
I'll send updates
all the time. Please,
in song.
I will worry. if they're not in song. All
You're
right.
welcome, Cheryl. How many songs are you gonna write?
One.
Just you get like a line every.
All right. Okay. Are you okay with that?
I guess. Yeah. And then Oksana will chime in. I will begin looking for places to drop them off, unless you happen to want to give them the bat lath, Captain.
Do you want the battler?
No.
Okay. I mean, of anybody, I would give you the battler.
It's your ship.
I just want you to have everything you need.
And something with a better paint job.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. We can at least try and give you the creds that we have and the guck that we have, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you, Oksana. And then we'll fade. And then later.
Fade to black.
And then later.
Cut two.
Cut to slightly disheveled.
You are making big steps
Whoa.
here. I don't.
I would put myself back together. Ziana puts herself back together.
More information.
and you know,
Sorry,
cuddling
Claudia.
can be very. Anyway,
Much activity when cuddling.
Head scratches.
yeah, exactly.
Massages.
Massages. Wonderful
Lots
things.
of massages.
We just made Claudia really uncomfortable.
It's fine. It's fine. Keep going. Just move past it.
back to the crew. So we've all gathered. So Hexie is going to join the refugees. Oksana is looking now for a place that we can drop them off, so that they can try and alert some people, maybe raise some troops to help us or something.
Seems like a good idea.
So then I guess the next step is that we need to find someone to install. Wait, do we have the weapons?
I didn't get them. I
Really
just
job
know
in
where
hand.
they are.
Well, then we need to go get them.
Shouldn't be a problem. I mean,
Well, where are they?
Naranga. Look, I know, but hey,
Where
look,
else would
we
they be?
just smooth talk, right? You know, we just let them know up front that we're just here for goods, and I'm sure they'll understand.
How is the Durangan government going to react when you return?
Maybe we should use a different name
Doesn't
for
really
me.
have a government.
Government, the cartels.
mafia.
It's a hive of scum and
Yeah.
villainy.
Yeah.
Look,
How are the cartels going to react?
I think I would like you guys to call me Nia while we're down there. It's probably a good idea.
Not
Mia.
at all the different.
Mia.
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 Well, it's no Kenny, but
Given this location is particularly risky to go to, and the weapons will need to probably be installed there unless we don't want to try doing this in deep space, maybe we should get the expert first.
We should also be ready for the idea of a grab and go on the weapons.
Yeah, because they might want to rip you apart.
Well,
Okay, so we're going to get the person first then.
all right, then who are we getting?
I mean, back when I was at the academy, I was good friends with one of my professors who was a cutting-edge researcher into neurobiology. I mean, if I had a way of getting a hold of him, then
Is he still teaching?
as far as I know,
Is he still an Aika?
well, yes.
Well, Thea,
Yep.
you could probably, given whatever information the lieutenant has, you could probably get his whereabouts,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
I mean, I can get anyone's whereabouts.
We
I
just
can do
have
anything.
to get into Ica space onto an Ica station and access their network.
Well,
Yeah,
he
just need a
would,
couple line jumps.
he would just, I mean, he would be at the Genius Bar planet in the Cupertino star system, which is where the Academy is headquartered.
And you're sure he's still there, not retired or?
I mean, I only graduated just
That's true.
several fractions of a tritium year ago, so.
Moments, I forget.
Why? Wait. I like to be clear, I can do it.
It's not that I don't have faith in you.
Mm.
It's only that I don't want to destroy everything we care about.
Hey, Kika. So I was looking at the weapons.
Yeah.
And the specs for the weapons. And I was looking at stuff for the ship.
Yes.
And I think that you're super good at all of the programming stuff and connecting the wires and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if this was wires and just connecting wires, I'd be like, oh man, yeah, it's totally Kika. But this is like putting a spleen into a person.
I could do that.
Give
me a spleen. I'll do that right now.
Kika.
What is spleen?
It's a human thing.
A human thing.
It's
Yeah,
an
it's-
organ.
They feel like they
Sorin
need it.
doesn't have one of those.
See, I don't even need to know about that. I'm just.
Where is it located? Is it
I
vital
don't
know.
to
Nobody
their
knows.
survival?
Sure.
I think we're getting off track.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm just gonna.
if
I'm
this
just gonna
person
put that out there.
is so great,
You have to rein it in.
Kika.
if this person is so great, they will be.
Kika, you
under-
climbed inside the heart of the rays.
and I destroyed it.
No, you
Good
didn't.
job.
They had to cut you out. They told me. You've told me what happened.
I really thought you had it though.
Thank you.
That was very.
I am not going to let you near Sorin with the level of knowledge that you have. Because if Sorin dies, I die.
Is she always this angry?
No.
It's not a question of your talent, only that this is a system that you're unfamiliar with, Kika. It's decided. We need to get someone who would be more knowledgeable about a living system.
Besides, when else will we have the time to paint the batleth?
Fine. You bring this expert, and I will learn from them, and I will become the new expert, and I will write 17 blogs about it, and then I will become Ica professor.
And then I will let you near
Great.
Sorin's organs.
Great.
All right. So where are we going then?
A splog.
So
Well then,
what would we know about if we wanted to actually like it would not be realistic to take Sorin deep into Ica space, or would that, like, what would the potential hazards be to doing that, like?
It is potentially more risky to take Sorin into sectors that are heavily controlled by Ica. Ica space is, like, there are varying levels of how much patrol there are. You probably wouldn't want to go into the Cupertino system with Sorin, but getting into regions controlled by Ica is not the worst idea. If most likely there are ways that you can stay kind of in the deeper parts of space that are, like, space is big. There's a lot of space.
and then just take the batleth from there.
Yeah, because Sorin is able to move at about twice the speed of the batleth. And you know that basically, to send a message would take you almost the same amount of time as to travel there, because you send a message to a station and then they relay it on to the next one and so on. Unless you have, like, the
We're going to
Quantum.
meet him.
communications.
Quick question. Are any of us currently wanted in Ica space?
This is I actually don't know. Like, I don't think so. I can't.
To our knowledge.
To your knowledge, no.
Okay.
Okay.
One of you is dead,
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
That is
No
accurate.
one
That's
wants
fine.
you because you're
Fine.
dead.
That's
Whatever.
fine.
but the rest of you,
Wanted
Totally
by
fine.
Ica, right?
Yeah.
Wanted by, okay.
And,
By
and,
Ica.
you know,
Just-
I have paid my licenses.
Look,
the highest risk, I think, is Thea.
Yes, I agree.
we all know that.
Oh, sorry. Is it
Mia.
Nia.
Yeah.
She's Mia within
Very-
Ica space.
All right, then it's settled. We will take Sorin as far into Ica space, at least as we dare, find a relatively safe place for you both to remain, and then we will take the batleth to the Cupertino system.
I think it's our best shot.
All right then. But first, we have to find a place to drop off the refugees, don't we? Are we doing that first? Yes.
Oksana communicates that they have found a location in a sector that they can take on the way to Ike Space that should be able to, with some bartering and persuasion, get them a ship to be able to go within the same region. The Eratos Kalariski seems pretty confident that she can, with her and Hexy, they can convince someone to give them passage, and they will also take the remaining refugees. It is a moderately more pleasant part of the edges.
Okay.
Well, that's nice.
We should send them with some guck.
I will give
We should
yeah.
pool some resources.
I will give whatever is in my store. I will give a little
Just saying,
little body.
the last job that we did before this last job that we did was relatively well paying. Some of us may still have some savings that we could perhaps lend to the cause. Some of us are perhaps quite fastidious about our savings and could perhaps lend slightly more to keeping our most valued Hexy safe.
I'm happy to share whatever it is I brought with. I assume I don't have access to any of my accounts anymore. I'm already dead. But I did bring some guck with me.
Oh, I should have scrubbed your accounts.
Hexy has been pretty adamant that she's going to be able to just hitchhike her way through this sector of space. She's like, it's going to be great. I'm just going to convince people to let us get on their ships, and we'll entertain them for passage, and then we'll tell them all about the rays, and then we'll go on to the next sector and the next system within the sector. And this is the best plan that I've ever had. And there's going to be so much adventure, and I'm going to miss you, and I'm going to have so much to write about.
Fine.
Thank
she
you.
can have some,
Thank you,
okay?
dear. While she will absolutely listen to all of this with the most sincere agreement and understanding, she's still going to force some like a little thing with some guck on
little crud stick.
Hexy. Yeah, a little
Guck stick.
crud stick. Guck stick.
I assume you can put two of them together, and then you could like plus or minus.
Yeah,
and then,
yeah. So we pool some onto a spare guck stick and give it to Hexy. And then there is hugging, and there is kissing, and there is
Heartfelt
emotional
goodbyes.
goodbyes.
Sorin will make the first thread jump and then actually pause. You notice the ship, and anyone who chooses to look outside of Sorin will realize that you have stopped in a pretty empty part of space that's not in a star system that you were expecting to be in. And Ari will message over that Sorin needs to stop to refuel. And you realize you're inside of what appears to be a nebula, and it's pretty dense. And anyone who looks will see that on the outside kind of edge, the whole back plate of Sorin's body lifts up and opens, and these large fan-like frills sort of open themselves up, and from what you can tell, begin collecting material.
Kika, Mimi, Kika, you want to get suits and go out and look at it?
I'm feeling it so I can be its spleen.
I'm gonna go put my suit on.
Okay, be safe. Don't get sucked into the frill.
To be clear, it's eating through its butt.
No, it's back.
Did you actually, fun fact, fly larvae, their air holes to breathe through are at their butt so that they can dig into digestive fluids and not have to come up to breathe.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I ever showed this picture. It's this.
Yeah, that's totally the butt.
Pretty.
No, they're the frills on the back.
Pretty.
It actually lifts, like, its little tentacles are also, like, absorbing matter, and the ones on the back are absorbing the sunlight.
So,
Am I right in thinking that Thea can get out on the surface of the ship in like a spacesuit and go look at it? Okay, yeah, she totally does.
You will get a warning that from the suit, like, there is high levels of solar radiation in this area.
Oh, shush.
All right.
And after that, it closes the frills And can you come, Thea? Can you come back inside? We need the thread.
Okay. Wait.
And will make its way to the system, drops off Hexy and the Eratos and the refugees, and then continues on to the Cupertino system, where the Genius Bar Academy is located. And with that, we will pause because we're break. But don't go anywhere. I'm going to read out donations that came through during the first half. Thank you so much, everybody who is here. In the meantime, while we go on a break, be sure to use the facilities, take care of your body, and then tweet out and tell people that we are still live and streaming and they should come watch us.
Definitely.
Because we like people being here. It makes us feel special.
Also, remember that this is GeekSpaceTV, which is a Seattle-based non-profit streaming studio this is our new studio.
Yes, we are in our new studio. Okay.
Oh, I was vamping. Did it work? Is it vaping or
where did
vamping?
the vamping.
Today's the
Vaping is
17th,
this,
right?
Yeah, very different.
Okay, our first donation that came through is from Fractali for $50. Hooray for Leviathan being back. I'm sure you'll do great. What could possibly go wrong? And I'd just like Dan to know that if he channels his inner Demi, then everything will be all right.
Your
Yeah.
inner Demi?
It's
Oh, right.
a thing.
Demi Moore or Demi God?
William underscore Demi Moore. Or Demigod. Channel either one of those. And
No,
you'll do
it's
well.
Moore.
William underscore TW with $25. Season 2 and new studio hype. Great wig indeed, Sarah. Hope Cheryl can be back soon. Thanks, Claudia. I like scriptologist.
Thank you.
Next is KH underscore L2K with $5. Sorry I can't watch. Almost time for sleep, but I can't wait to see what season 2 brings. Sleep is important. Go the fuck to sleep. It's a thing that I tell people. Next is Levi762 with $25. Lieutenant Windy S. Wendy's is so frosty, yet such a square. She's pretty.
I only just oh my. I
Wendy?
didn't
Oh, I didn't tell you. She has red hair. Like, very red hair.
Does she have freckles?
You started.
Some freckles. Actually, the Wendy's part, the Santiago, was totally by chance, but I definitely called her Wendy because of fucking Conrad over
I
there.
don't know what any of you are talking about.
How's your brother?
He's dead. Thanks for asking.
It's an amorphous blob, but it kind of looks like a chicken leg.
Some people think it looks like a chicken leg. Some people think it looks like his brother. Maybe there's letters in there. It's a blob. Next is Paladin Hulk with $5.69. I have missed my favorite starship captain and her crew of ragtag misfits. Good luck keeping them all safe, Lizzie. You'll need it.
We are.
We've been pretty together.
Safe
we're ragtag.
specifically from themselves. Specifically.
Thea's got this.
Specifically.
Next up is Taco Bell. Taco Bell. It's TAAKOBHEL.
Why do you do this?
With $5.21. I've missed the heck out of you folks. Welcome back all, even you, Dan, maybe especially you. All glory to the Hypno Wig.
I'll take both versions of that.
RKO's 46 with $10. Leviathan returns and hooray for new Spudio. Sarah, that wig is amazing.
It's pretty great.
I really, you guys, I think this is my favorite wig so far.
Really?
Can I
Yes.
touch
like it.
You may.
Okay, cool.
I know, right? Don't you just feel happier with it?
This is from Trooper SJP for $20. Here's $30 to Ziana, Kika, and Thea and her awesome wig. I hope this will help you murder Lieutenant Santiago because she really needs murdering. Conrad, you get $10 because you opened up the comms to her. Trooper SJP with their next
I'm just trying to save
$20.
the
My last
audience
donation
forever.
was $10 short, so here's another 20. 10 to finish my last donation, and another 10 to Conrad, but only so you stop trying to sacrifice yourself.
Oh,
If
I'll never
only.
stop. But thanks.
God.
God.
$1.01. Cue Conrad returning to the head of the fleet to save Ica High Command.
Maybe. But we didn't let
Maybe.
that happen.
Oh, Hugh Conrad returning at the head of a fleet to save Ica High Command. Not two. Sorry, misread.
Yeah.
Fractali with $25.78. This is towards the Keep Kika Away from a Spleen fund. And finally, Void Smoker with $25. Roll for Spleen, which is already in space lingo. Hey! Spleen.
Yes.
One more. Or refresh. Okay.
So
Give me a
all
sec,
that
I'm
was
refreshing.
confusing. You probably have a lean.
A
Like,
lean.
we probably have leans, and they have spleen.
Yeah, because humans are already in space, clearly.
Is that what you eat, like, as soon as you...
And
As a baby,
Mythalian
just
with
like,
$10
don't
to
eat that.
Kika's new Splog fund.
Yeah, what was that about 17
Blog
blogs?
and Spirus are kind of
17
the only ones I approve of.
17 blogs.
I would
Specifically.
like to see Pika's blog.
Well, it's gonna be really
like
interesting because it would be all like, it would be like a video. It would be a vlog.
A vlog. All right. On that note, we are going to take a quick break. Go use the facilities. Take care of your bodies. We will be right back. Meantime, encourage other people to be here and enjoy some fan art.
Hi.